Hi, how are you? Today I would like to talk about standards because I think it's such an important subject, and I've been writing about standards for I think over 3.5 years now on my website Just Like and Why. And I find standards crucial to have the life you always wanted to have, to become the person you always wanted to be. If you don't know your standards, it will be very difficult to build a valuable life for yourself, unfortunately. If you don't know who you are, if you don't know what you stand for, if you don't know your value, it would be very difficult for you to get where you're going. Or do you even know where you're going if you don't know what are your standards and what's your value? I have strong doubts about it. I want to encourage you to sit down and think about your standards, what you can agree on, what you can't agree on. I notice with myself that the more I improve, the more progress I see in my self-improvement, the higher my standards are. And they are not higher because I became this demanding bitch, but because I know my value. I just put so much work to improve my like all those things that were wrong, or those things that I supposed to work on, or those things that didn't serve me, that right now I just know what value I bring to the table. I know what are my strongest points and where are my weakest points. I still am improving, because improvement never finishes. If someone promises you that they will give you this perfect recipe for your well-being and they will fix you in a year or in 6 months or in 5 years, they are lying, because working on yourself just never ends. I keep working on myself. I help people, but I also, meanwhile, I'm working on myself. So what are your standards? You have to have your standards in the right order. You have to understand that you have to be very firm about your standards. There are things that I agreed on 5 years ago, 4 years ago, a year ago, even a month ago, that I would never agree on right now. This is how much I've changed, and this is how much people who are working on themselves changed. This is how it goes. I want to encourage you to think about it, because I want you to have the best quality life you can have. And to get there, you have to know what you value, and you have to know what's your value. Don't agree on shitty relationships. Don't agree on the job that doesn't serve you. Don't agree on a boss who doesn't appreciate you. This is we are talking about standards here. If you don't know what are your standards, you won't be treated the way you want to be treated. So think about it. What do you care about? Who are you? What do you value the most? How you want to be treated? What kind of relationship you want? Job you want? Boss you want? Partner you want? You have to answer yourself those questions in order to know what are your standards. And the more you know about yourself, the better your life looks, because you will just eliminate the things that don't serve you. Don't be afraid to set them up. And it's difficult because some people just got used to the fact that you're in a certain way, and then setting up standards means that you will be changing. And that's fine. You will lose some people along the way, but that's fine. Those people who value you, they would stay by your side. So don't be afraid that you lose something or someone just because you speak up your mind. Don't be afraid. It won't happen.